What up, John? What up, Joe? Can you guys hear that music? Okay, is it too loud? I just wanted to have something on in the background. Last time it was like super quiet. Okay, so I have made some changes. It has changed some things in our campaign. Some for the better, some for the worse. Here. Yeah, the game, so Kerbal has background music, but it's like very sparse. Like it plays for 2 minutes and then it'll be off for 10. What up, tired? So, I did something. Shut up, John. I added some stuff. You're ruining it. So, Andrew, Andrew sent me a video today of a guy who found working mods to make the game look significantly better. Okay? Now, I may have installed them. Okay? They aren't perfect. And there were some issues. So basically, when I installed it and ran it the first time, I didn't know I had to have restocked, which is one of the things that John was talking about. It basically modifies, it kind of like modifies and splits apart some of the engines and parts and stuff like that. And so when I loaded it up with the new graphics, the graphics worked, but none of our ships survived. So all of our relays, all of our labs and everything kaput. Now, that's sad. However, I got home from work around like 5 and worked hard. We now have, look at that. Anyway, we have 3 relays. I have one in kind of a eccentric orbit here. I have one that's in a almost min-miss orbit. And then I also have one on our homeboy Duna. I got him back there because that was only fair, right? We made this guy. So it's not in quite as good of orbit, but it's got a way more powerful antennas because it's got my modern antennas on it. We did keep all of our research stations, so that's cool, right? Let's see. So after I installed Restock, it did let me reload our old ships, and they're mostly the same. Some of them are a little weird. So like we still have this is the relay that I sent to a couple of places. The one that's around Duna has a fucking telescope on it for no reason. This is our um, this is our space station. I've added a couple things to it. We've got a surface sampler. We've got a cargo pod so that when we land, if we can land with this thing, which is kind of a pain in the ass, we'll get to that in a second. I put legs on it, and this holds all of our scientific equipment so that a Kerbal can just walk up under it and grab a piece, which is really nice. And then I kind of changed around a few things up here. Obviously, a lot of stuff looks different, but it functions the same. So we just got to get used to the new way things look. Let's see. This is our original probe. Looks just about the same. So let's, I did one other thing. We did super good stuff with that, the lab we got to the moon, okay? So I figured I would send one back to just, because we'd already done it, just get us back to where we were. So we go to God help us. We have a science base on the moon. We crashed. Did we crash? Or is it just loading? Just froze for a second. So we have a moon base. Okay? It can be permanent if it needs to be. It's Jeb, 2 scientists, and 2 engineers. We might be able to get to a very small lunar orbit, in which we could use that to rescue these guys later on. But right now they are processing science, and a lot of it. So I've already transmitted 500 science home. I watched so many tutorials, and so I know how these work now. I know how to do like gravity things and maneuver nodes and stuff like that. So John, I made a promise to you and I fulfilled it. Basically, these guys are going to get stuck here for a while, and for the next, I don't know, couple of years, they're going to be just doing science. And then whenever we get 500 science built up, we'll transmit it and then start over, because we've got 3 more pieces of data to review. I didn't know that this had a limit on how much you could have. We actually needed probably about 2,000 to be able to store it all. But these guys are just chilling. Hold on. This is what the inside of the science thing looks like, I think, or is this the lander can? This looks like the lander can. And then this is the cupola, which is my favorite, because it's got like a super great view. And then oh, this is the lander can. So everyone's got their own little place. They've got snacks. They'll be fine. So I was going to leave it to you guys. I was thinking, since we've already got a satellite around Duna, we would maybe try to put one around Venus. What do you guys think? Also, it's very dark. Okay, it's still very dark. Come on. Where's that sunlight at? Eve satellite? Yeah, I was thinking that would give us coverage pretty much wherever we go, because they're rarely in the same neck of the woods. Now obviously this is going to be less stable than the original version, so that's something we got to deal with. see. Let's just upgrade this one. Okay. Yeah, I installed a community manager that had like all the mods built into it, and it's been very helpful. What's on top? We don't need that. Okay, we'll put an ablator on top. Actually, we'll put a solar panel on top. Because if we actually start transmitting science, we're going to need a bunch of power. So how's everyone's week? You've officially made it to the weekend? I assume some of you have a 3-day weekend like I do. Oh, the aerodynamics have changed on some of the things, so it might not fly as well as it used to, but it should still fly. Told Andrew he had to be here because he was the one that made me do this. I'll have to go check that out, Tired. I've been trying like furiously to get caught back up on this, so I haven't even really been on the internet much since I got home. Decided to download stuff. So the effects are a lot better. Dude, I didn't know that the modding community was this active still. It's kind of insane to me. Like, all of these mods were updated within the last 3 months. I mean, look how cool it looks. It actually has cities now. We'll probably send a science probe over to Duna to check it out, because from what I was reading, it also looks really cool. Okay, we're just gonna let it. How far is our 89? That's good enough. We don't have good turning. That's okay, because we're not trying to turn a lot. I'm just writing the prograde and let it kind of build out on its own. Remember, we have 2 fairly large engines still on this one and a nuclear, so we'll be pretty good. Look at that, dude. I can't remember who it was at the beginning of this. It was somebody that isn't watching anymore, or at least not watching live. But they told me to get a bunch of mods, and I couldn't find any of the newest ones. And I wish that I could tell them that I did indeed get mods, and that they are really cool. I didn't know these would have this much control, otherwise I would have waited to Apogee to take them off. Well, we might as well get rid of them. Our fucking Duna probe is barely reaching us. Okay, we gotta let it turn. I want to launch you because I want to at least have some power generation. So this is what John's been trying to get me to do for like the last week. Basically, these are called maneuver nodes, and you can kind of plan out your action without actually using your fuel. So as you can see, I can do this, and it'll increase my orbit, and then it'll tell me exactly when to do it, how much fuel I need. That's so. What I didn't know, it was, and what John was trying to tell me, is that if you look over here, right by my head, so like right here, this little blue number, my finger disappears, of course. This one, it says 2135. It will exactly calculate how much fuel you need to get somewhere for you. So if you set up a maneuver node, like we'll do this one, right? It'll tell you we need to, it'll warp us there. And as you can see right here, this little blue thing in the middle of my ball is our target. So we're going to hit our node in 50 seconds. And then we will burn until this goes away. And then we'll stop. And we can do a new one. And you don't have to, like, if you set one of these up, you don't have to follow it 100%. It just helps you plan out your actions. And then there are mods out there that let you like automatically do stuff like this with your computer. So yeah, I can't believe I did so much without all this stuff. Okay. Yeah, it looked like there was a bunch of stuff that we have a bunch of science, by the way, because I transmitted the science from the lab. So like, see, we burn, and it's just like slowly pulling down, and we just need to slowly, boom, and that put us into our desired orbit just now. Now that was just to show. I don't really care about it, so we're gonna go ahead and power our way through the Kerbal system here. There's definitely a lot of utility in this game that I just didn't even know existed, and it should help us do some really cool stuff more efficiently, like this. Okay, gotta go back out into the greater solar system. Okay, let's see where we're at. So, not the greatest Eve transfer window. What we're going to do is we're going to slow down just a little bit and kind of just match Eve. I just want to put it in the orbit of Eve. I mean, I could just put it, like, park it right here so that it just continuously goes around the sun. I'm just trying to create, like, a really good network of satellites since we lost our old one. Actually, let's try a maneuver node, shall we? Obviously, it wants us to intersect Earth really bad. Okay, so we're not going to be dead on, but that's still not bad. It only uses... We'll still have fuel left, too, at this one. And then from there, we can kind of tweak it a little bit. Now, John, I am still learning. They didn't have... Most of the... For some reason... Call me shocked. For this 10-year-old game, most of the tutorials are old and not great. So, I'm doing the best I can with what I got. Look, we're going to let it go around once, probably. Because we're not going to be able to catch it or let it catch us without making a really freaking weird orbit. I'm also just trying to save as much fuel as possible. This is the new efficient Malthus. It does nothing fun. Okay. So that's going to put us at least touching the orbit. Let's see. We also have to keep an eye on this up here because I want to go back. We got to continuously check on our science lab and make sure it doesn't fill up with science to transmit. See if I slow down. If I go, let's go here. So it's behind us and we're moving faster than it, right? No, it's moving faster than us because it's closer to the sun. So if we get to its orbit and slow down, we might be able to get a better chance of getting it. How's our inclinations? Okay. Let's mess around with some nodes here. That's burning a lot of fuel. Oh, we have a shitload with the nuclear, I forgot. But this might not be the way to do it. Yeah, we'd have to go just like insane. Let's try here. Damn. Yeah, we couldn't afford that anyway. It should be closer the next time we go around. Yeah, much closer. Because we're ahead of it, going really fast. It has a smaller diameter, so it's going to be moving faster than us, and it's behind us, so it should catch up some. So what we'll do is when we get to here on the next one, I will just basically bring my orbit in line with Eve's, and we'll see if that doesn't get us close enough to catch that gravity. Look how strong that bar is, man. We got all that connection. Okay. Okay, let's do a node, maneuver, retro. We got good ass satellites, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's try, instead of doing retro, let's do some retro, just a little bit, and then we're gonna do some what? Normal. Just to kind of bring us in line. And we just keep missing each other. Yeah, I noticed that. How do which one does inclination? I'm gonna go ahead and restart this one. Sorry, I'm still learning on this. Okay. So, node. Normal, anti-normal. Ooh, too much. Okay, we still have enough to do this maneuver, but it's a big amount. Oh, that's not what we want. Let us just reduce our... Son of a bitch, I was right. All I had to do was do a retrograde. Son of a bitch. Okay, so we can do 302 of this with these engines, and then we'll flip over for the other ones. These aren't the most powerful engines, but they're good for what we need them for. Okay. Should be next go around. While we wait for... while this does its magic, I want to do something. Hold on. Oh. How do I change back? Oh, brackets. Right? Or is that only... Huh. How do I go back to Space Center? No. Escape. Ah, tracking station. Thanks. I don't usually have more than one ball going at the same time. Definitely gonna save after this. Because, this little loading thing is killing me. Okay, save game. Okay, how you guys' science doing? 496? Okay. Why don't we go ahead and start transmitting that, because it takes forever. They throw a lot of science, like, it gives you a tremendous amount of science. So, like, when that gets done, let's see, hold on. When that gets done processing, it will send 500 science back to our base. And they've got at least 2 more rounds of that to go. Okay, we need to go all the way around. Let's go to about here, just to kill some time. I mean, the connection between these two is not very good. We're going to be able to unlock a lot of science. I saw you, Tired, because I saw you come up on my Steam. John, if you're not familiar, Tired actually has a YouTube channel. He's my YouTube buddy. You should go check him out. He does a lot of, like, weird, obscure games on his channel. It's pretty cool stuff. Oh, shit. Well, that's not good. Oh, thank God. I thought we were like in the atmosphere. He does instead of he doesn't stream, he just does long form content, so it's always there if you want to watch it. Okay, what is Ravenfield? Look how cool these engines look. Tactical FPS. Okay. Are we talking tactical FPS like XCOM or like a actual first person shooter? Oh, I gotcha. Okay. We haven't even touched our nuclear rocket. Gotta activate my radiators. That totally are sufficient. Do you know where the upper atmosphere of Eve is? We don't need to. Obviously, it's better if we don't get that close, but I want to see it. Trash talking mod. Yeah, I don't either. Let's not risk it. Let's do let's can we even see it? Where's it at? Shellfish. The fuck is it at? Damn purple ball. We are 1,000,000 kilometers away from it, so. Oh shit. It's the one place I didn't look. Jumped up on me. Okay, I want to get closer. Let's go to 500. Okay. Yeah, see, but the closer we are to the planet, the more downtime it had. Well, I guess we're actually at a really good angle, because pretty much no matter where we're at, we're pointing towards the outside of the, we're not like equatorial, where half the time we're behind the planet. What's the view like from here? Pretty pretty. Yeah, I mean, we don't really, we have kind of like, if we put, so we've got Mars, I'd say if we put one like in between here or in between on this one, we would pretty much have a perfect radio network so that we could send probes wherever we want without having to worry about losing connection. What up, Cola? Let's go spin some of that sweet, sweet science. Oh, I have to go to the Space Center, don't I? There we go. Got 1200 science. So if we grab this, we can grab even more science bullshit. And mining stuff. Which if I'm... You can correct me if I'm wrong, John. But basically you can scan bodies, such as the moon, for ore. You can turn that ore into fuel, and then you can use that fuel to then get further out into the galaxy, or solar system. Holy shit, an even bigger one. Yeah, I would appreciate it if you guys would like the stream. That would help me out a lot. I always forget to say something. One engineer tried pointing a small rocket engine at it. The engineering team immediately got to work using the generate technology or generate electricity, and the monopropellant APU was born. That's kind of cool. So you can basically use, and that's for John. That's for like bases and stuff, like for like the moons of Jewel and stuff. Ooh, we could make a rover. We're about to get 500 more, so I say we finish. Ooh, that's a lot of really cool little bits and bobs. Let's finish off this tier. You know, like if you have the ability to make your own fuel, you can go from one moon to the next. You know, you're already that far out. Oh, I meant mainly just getting I think you can turn it into regular fuel and oxidizer. I think I'll skip this one. Yeah. So I saw a guy, one of the guys I was watching, I can't remember what his name was, but he stopped making videos like 4 years ago. He made a really cool, basically Earth to Mars ship that would use real world physics, okay, as much as he could. And so he actually took one of these rotors, one of the big ones that goes slow but has a lot of torque, and he actually built an axis to give him artificial gravity. Because science. And like basically he put their habitats on pistons, so like once you got out of the atmosphere he could push it off and it'd be further away, and then he could rotate it, which serves no real function. But you know, it's fun. It's pretty cool. Okay, we can get one more of these right now. Yeah, it like packed in real tight, and then he basically had, I want to say it was 2 sets of these hydraulic pistons. Hold on. I don't know where they are. Something like these. And he put 2 of them together, and so it got super long and went super far out. These would be useful for making cool stuff. Let's go ahead and get the science, I guess. And let's see how our scientists are doing. We will have to rescue these guys eventually. Like I said, I think I can get them into orbit, but I don't think I can get them home. Well, we could basically just take the space station we have, this one, put a probe on it so it can drive itself, and it would have 5 empty seats, and we could literally just one by one get the guys onto it. Okay, how you guys doing? Oh, you didn't actually relay your science. Did you stop whenever I left? Hold on. We'll get them up to 500. Can you guys science faster? Thanks. Okay, you're at 500 science. Now we will transmit science. And see, it has to build up at the top left there. Okay, and then they'll start doing more science. They've still got 500 in the bank, so we won't need to do... We've got these 3 review datas. Each one of them... KerbNet access? Hold on. What is KerbNet? Whatever. Okay. So that's another 500 science we can mess around with. I now see why you don't have to have 1.5 times science. Okay. So, we could try to make a science probe to Duna. We could try to do a Skynet for Kerbals. We could try to modify our lab to get it to Duna. Not land, but orbit. Dude, if we had like one more, we'd have a cool triangle. Okay. What was I doing? Doing a Kerbal. Eve. Sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained. It's been a long week. Okay. Can we afford the... What is this? Oh, that's nothing we need right now, actually. We don't need these. We got really good batteries right now. I don't quite have enough for the next level of antenna. I don't even know if I'd want it anyway. We could do that. This would give us even bigger liquid fuel tanks. But with what we have, we've already been able to get to Mars. What can these do? Prograde, retro, radial, normal. So they can do everything a regular Kerbal can. What about you? Just SAS? Okay. Ion propulsion. That's super slow. Remote guidance. Okay. That's kind of cool. Rover parts it is. And then we might as well finish this out. Okay. Trying to decide what I want to do. Sadly, we're going to have to take the linears, those linear engines we put on our ship. We're going to have to take those off. They don't work quite right. When I used them to try to land the other one, they were throwing me off, like considerably off balance. So what I'm thinking, and John, you can tell me if this is a terrible idea. I'm thinking we basically take this assembly off and we use it again because it works. We replace this with more controllable engines because these ones seem to be a little, they don't have as much thrust as they could. And then we replace these ones with the big version of nuclear ones. And then we can drain all the oxidizer out of these. And if we do that, we'll lose some weight. We'll get better mid-stage, and our late stage will be able to go much further. And then we want science capsules. Does that sound good? So we'll take this off because it works. We don't need to reinvent that. Take that off, that. And then, so one of the cool things that the mod has now is, so it has these regular sized nuclear engines, but it also has like a big honking one. And we will need radiators for those, from what I understand. And we're not going to try to land at all. Instead, what we're going to try to do is, where's it at? Nope, one size up. There's so many parts now. Okay. And then we'll do, because I don't have any just like liquid containers. I don't think. I think I only have ones that are oxid. I have regular ones for like planes, but they aren't big enough. Look at that. Fucking brutal. Okay, and we'll throw some radiators on it. Probably some pretty big ones. No, we want the foldy ones. Oh, they don't fold. Damn, I thought they folded. Am I thinking of these ones? Holy shit. Is there no middle ground? I guess that's better. Still a little excessive. Or not excessive enough, one of the two. Edge panel. Yeah, so I either have... Ah, is this one? This is probably the one I want. Yeah. Cool. It's gonna be a tall son of a bitch, though. Also, we're gonna have to recruit some new Kerbals. Where's our SAS module? Or do we not have one? I don't know. Okay, liquid fuel. Can 3 mastodons take that off? Take off with that? 1283. Okay. We might not have SAS. That's one step too big. Still. Yeah, Mastodon's gonna be our best. It's a tall guy. It might be too heavy for 3 Mastodons, I don't know. We've got a whole lot more like utility stuff now to mess with later on. Okay, we need a science storage unit. Where is that? We need to increase the amount of science that we can hold. Okay. Only need 1. Everything's kind of jammed in on that side. It must be the this... I don't know. Let's just throw one on and see what happens, right? I mean, what's the worst that happens? We explode or something? Here. What I'm trying to get is I want to be able to take readings while we're in solar orbit, and then scrub all the machines. And then I want to be able to redo them when we're in different orbits of Duna. And so currently the one on the moon has a maximum science capacity of 750. And anything you do past that is a waste, and you have to redo the test to get the science. So it might be that we just have to hold the experience and only do 1 at a time, but some of them give more than 750, which means to me that you'd think that they would be able to increase it. It's heavy, dude. I don't know if we should. You think it's worth it? I guess I could put it down here. Stage 1. Stage 2, we want to extend the boom. Stage 2, we want it to run the magnemometer. It's real heavy. And it's kind of a weird shape, too. Yeah. I didn't know that it had to be in solar orbit. I could have done it while I was going over to Duna. We've got a shitload of RCS, we might as well use it. Oh, that's like a radial SAS module. That's kind of cool. Okay. Can't do that. That'll block my exit. Starting to get a little cluttered. Okay, we've got 3 mastodons. Hopefully the thoroughbreds can get us most of the way. Where are the struts? There. And then the mastodons can get us out of Kerbin's influence. Come on, click on it. There it goes. Oh, needs to be a little bit further down. It really doesn't want to click on the Sepatron. Okay, and got a few struts. Probably got to strut it up a little bit more. I don't trust this shit. And I want to strut right here because these are going to be fairly large nuclear engines. And we might as well, when we open up all of our solar panels, we might as well also open up our radiators. Because we should be outside of atmosphere by then, I'd hope. Otherwise we're going to destroy our shit, so. Okay, 333. Release, release, release. Mid. Nuclear. Oh, that would have been bad. Okay, I don't want the... I never want the solid rockets to go off at all, pretty much. One... What's that barometer we just added? There it is. Oh, gravity data. That's good. That's something we can do in space. Close. Well, boys, you ready to go to Duna? Or attempt? Might not have enough power to take off, but we'll see. Oh, you're fine, man. Pretty small group of us tonight. Only 4 of us. It's fine with me. Less pressure. Okay. Oh, shit. You know, we need Kerbals. We probably ought to put Kerbals in our ship. Do we have... Yep, 2 scientists. A engineer and an extra pilot. Sounds good. Woo! That could have been bad. Okay, let's give it a save. Oh, that's fucking cool. The engine effects are fucking insane, dude. Look at that. I mean, the smoke overlaps and stuff, but the flames look amazing. We have liftoff. Ooh, we're gonna off kilter a little bit. It did not want to turn. I'm not going to risk it. That's fine. Yeah, it wouldn't let me. I'm going to do it right after we lose the solid rocket boosters. I don't know if you might not have seen it yet. There's a little bit of lag. We didn't dump out the oxidizer. Well, we could have saved a bunch of weight with the oxidizer. Is it better, do you think, to warp over here and do straight horizon at app? Try it. Because we're going to be able to go real fast. We could dump the oxidizer. Can we? No, can't. Okay, I'm just going to turn a little bit and then we'll head on in. Look at those engines, man. Okay. That sucks. Well, the Mastodons are doing their job. It's gonna be up to the nuclear to get us there and back, though. It'll be close. These mastodons turn really well too. The way the tutorial I watched explained it, you're supposed to kind of like pull the apogee with you. And yeah, you can tell when it's getting good because it'll catch up to you like that. Okay, and now we want to just get fucking eccentric with it. It's so cool that they did so much fucking research for this game. There's no reason there. I mean, there's no doubt, or NASA gave them information to make the game more accurate, and there's no doubt that they did that. Okay, hold on. Before we leave, let's go ahead and unfold everything. We won't have any power outages, and we won't have any overheats. Wow, we've even got a little bit of Mastodon left. Actually, while we're still technically in Kerbal's orbit, let's see if we've got any tests. Okay, so we got to try to add those up to be... Still only got 750 data. Yeah, dude, and they were like, weren't they a Mexican company? Like, had no real experience working with American stuff before. Ended up being one of the most popular games of all time. Or at least educational. Okay. So, we've got a bunch of stuff. We got a mobile processing lab. Got our scientists in there. How do we review science? Huh. It won't let me do any science. Hold on. There it is. So we got 850 from just the one, but it only gave us 169 data. Gotcha. Gotcha. Observe the goo. Okay, we're at 207. What is this? Gravity log. See, I should be able to just like review all the science I have up to now. Is it in here? It is. Okay, Andrew. We have new graphics. It reset a bunch of our stuff, but it's fine. We're doing fine. Oh, we have 2 graviolis? Interesting. Oh yeah, and we're sending a base to Duna right now. And it looks like it actually might get there. Okay, conduct material study. Okay, so we've got 406 in there. And we can clean all of these experiments and do them all again, and that's dope. No, John, you can... I mean, I just appreciate you stopping by. You don't have to stay for any reason, you know? It is always up to you if you want to go do something else. Try to stay pretty relaxed on making sure people know that they can just come and go. Okay, bud, let's do some science. Okay, grab your... Probably gonna need your EVA gear. We loaded our science into the... It might have. I loaded all of our research into one of these containers. But I had previously loaded it into here, and I just cleaned them out. I don't know. Oh, I'll give it to Burry. No, I want to give it to a man here. I even brought an EVA repair kit. Okay, we're gonna perform some EVA science here. We're gonna spin a nut. This is what science looks like, boys. Yeah, see, I put the material based stuff in here, and it stacked up the data. Didn't go away when I cleaned it. I'm gonna hold this one, but we'll load that one in. So now we have one full... So now, as we're flying to Mars, we should be able to store up enough to send it back. I know, right? I love the fact that they... John told me about that. It's like a little kit that they can take with them. Okay, so let's do some experimenting here. We put a maneuver here. And we just increased our... That would get us pretty close. We'd be a little behind, but we could probably maybe catch up. No, hold on. That's right, boys. I'm doing science. I watch tutorials. You're like, oh my god, who is this dude doing all this fucking science? And it's me, Malthus. I've been here the whole time. Okay, so we're gonna need quite a bit of... Interesting. Interesting. It's saying those nuclear engines only have 394 meters per second. Hold on. It's been using this fuel. We're gonna have to turn around. For some reason, it's been passing it through. Damn it. That's fine. We still should have enough to get back. Maybe. Dump the mastodons. Are these not decouplers? That's a weird bug. Must have used the wrong part. Must have. Oh, son of a bitch. No, some sort of failure in the coupler. I might have used the wrong one. Basically, it was passing the nuclear fuel back to the mastodons, which are massively inefficient compared to the nuclear ones. So we need to go back to the drawing board. Oh, Andrew. We are on track to hit 1,000 sales within the month on our store. A 1,000 sales total. I don't want to, basically it's been almost a year since we opened our store, for real. And we're at just about 1,000 sales, so pretty nice. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, what are these things I put in here? Because they obviously aren't decouplers. Stack separators. Engine base plate. Must have been an... We want a decoupler, not a fucking tiny one. There we go. That looks like what I had. I'm gonna test something. Can't really risk it. We won't be able to get there and back if we don't have the nuclear engines. I think what I'm going to do is I'll drain the oxidizer from those tanks. And then even if it does mess up again, the mastodons will literally just stop working. Yep, it works this time. Yeah, and there's nothing I could have done about it. That's the problem. Okay, we want to put these here. We want to make sure these have no fuel crossfeed. Yeah, for some reason they had crossfeed enabled. Okay. I don't want all of it, I just want some of it. Sit down here for a second, guys. Want your fucking fuel? Please stop. There it is. Oxidizer 0. Okay. So even if these wanted to, they could not pull fuel from it because there's no oxidizer up here. Okay. Good. Good, good. Up here. Okay. We should also be considerably lighter now. Which will be nice. The fuel weighs quite a bit. It didn't load our fucking scientists in it. Son of a bitch. Okay, sorry guys. I forgot to load our people into the ship. It doesn't automatically keep it like it should. You have a good night, man. I'll check out your video. Hey, did you pass 1,000? Scientist. Save. Cargo holds. You guys don't need parachutes. Why would you give people going to space parachutes? That doesn't make any sense. It's if they're coming back and they're doing so poorly they need parachutes, it's not going to work. They're not the dude from Red Bull. Okay. No oxidizer, no solid fuel. Oxidizer, solid fuel. Okay. Crossfeed is disabled. Check out these check out the engines, Andrew. Once we get going. Isn't that cool? Just the slightest bit of gravity turn. Nope, we're dead. Yeah, I can't do the gravity turn in this. It's too top heavy or unmaneuverable. Yeah, there is. It's like atmospheric haze or something like that. What's something I've never noticed before? If you look over at the left, those blue lines that show you the engine power you have for each stage, as you get thinner and thinner atmosphere, it goes up, which is really cool. I know, right? We have one of our fans sent us a message or two and asking us if we were still thinking about doing Votan, and I told them that you've been really busy and had some stuff going on at home, and they wished us the best and bought some stickers. They're a very nice person. Okay, we're almost out of the atmosphere. Okay. We're right at 99. Start the arduous process of moving us down to horizon. Okay. And this thing does not want to stay. That a little bit of fuel consumption, it does not want to keep going. Okay, we're gonna burn it here in just a second. Oh yeah, that'd be great. What would we do? Like a Settlers of Catan board with little like Votan runes on it would be pretty funny. Okay, it's not draining any fuel from those ones, so that's good. Yeah, they're humans, but they're like clones. So basically, their society is kind of like stewarded along by these AI, and the AI create dwarves as needed for their society. So whatever their society needs, the thing makes. Okay, that would work too. I have no idea. There's websites that let you look up trademarks and copyrights. So I think this is just too heavy for our current setup of engines and rockets. So we're just going to chalk this one up to learning. And we're going to kind of give ourselves a nice little... orbit here, and we'll just process our science and come back down. That'll work for right now. This will let them do science here. They've got a little bit. Okay, and then who's my science geek? EVA science. Okay, and we can review data, and we're still going to get 300 science out of this. It'll take a little while to do it. But we're turning a relative failure into a success. No, we barely got out of Kerbal. We need way more thrust. I think the only reason we did so well last time is because it was drinking all the fuel from all the stages. We will have enough to return, though. So that's good. These guys are just going to hang out and do science for a while. Let's set up a cool science probe. We basically got, currently we have two different ships researching. One's got about 1100 science or something like that, and the other one has 300. So we just gotta let them cook. I wonder if we changed these out for the low or the smaller ones, if that would be better. Then lose even more weight there. How big is this? If the mains or the Mastodon is 1200, this thing is 3700 thrust. Idea. Possibly a dumb one. Keep picking the wrong stupid decoupler. I'll have to move this out of the way. I got a real dumb idea that might work. Might be too big. Nope. Even worse. So there's a concept called asparagus staging, where you use fuel from one engine to fuel another. Son of a bitch. Z. So what we would do is basically we would have this engine in the middle, and it would immediately kick on, and it would stay on, and then when these are done, we would drop them, but we'd still maintain this big guy in the middle. I don't know. We'll try it. It's kind of an iffy plan because it's adding a shitload of weight and not taking away much. Eventually, we're going to get to this the point at which the solid rocket boosters can't even help us. I guess it's just me and you now, Andrew. Oh, they still pretty easily take off. Never mind. Oh, Joe. Sorry, it says there's only 2 people here. So it must be you and me. And Andrew left us. Whoa, so bright. Well, my thing is lying. That's what we get for trusting a machine. We're still going up at a pretty good clip. We're not getting nearly as much altitude, though. It does, dude. It was a good call. Definitely got a lot more push now. We might explode when I do this, by the way. Yep. Oh, it looks like we live, though. We live, bitch. Nice. Okay, we'll drop these off. Got our small nuclear engines now. They are not strong, man. They are not. They are nuclear. They only take solid fuel. Ion is the next stage, but they're very slow. We didn't bring any fucking scientists. God damn it. We didn't bring any scientists. I really do hate the fact that you have to like remember to bring scientists every time. I don't want to relaunch. I'm tired, boss. Let's see. I'm thinking about using this as a way of rescuing these guys. I'd be able to rescue 4 of them. It's a bending. Yeah. I'll probably get off a little early tonight, maybe an hour early. Well, I knew I needed to come get these guys eventually. Not what we want. They're on the surface of the moon. I think I have enough fuel to take off and get into a very low orbit. I'm working on it. They've got a lot of science left to do, though. Suppose we could just do some time warping. We've got like 3 labs going right now. Problem is it takes a while for them to like process data. Okay, it's dark as shit out here. Tracking station. The mods aren't perfect. They do some weird shit. How are you guys doing? Doing pretty good. Whoa. Sorry if I'm giving you epilepsy. They did get rid of any existing vehicles we had, but we were able to recover from it, so. No, I did. I liked them enough I put them on. Okay, we will change. Let's go back to the tracking center. We will transmit the science that we now have on the MUN. And then we'll go back and we'll deorbit that one and try to land it. Okay, man. Oh, you don't have quite 500. Takes forever to process this stuff, though. Even with 2 scientists. I wonder if I could speed it up if I had no engineers and just all scientists or something. Transmit science. Okay, and you still have enough to almost get 500 again. I mean, setting up like research stations is definitely where to go. Like, that's definitely where it's at. Okay, let's deorbit this one. Okay. You guys didn't have any more science, did you? No, not really. Okay. And we're just gonna full burn until we have no fuel left. Not the best engine, but it works. I don't know how I feel about these giant ones. think I have an idea how to redo this one so it would be a little bit more effective. Sadly, I can't use these engines in atmosphere, so there's really no point in like saving the fuel until we hit the atmosphere or anything. They do last quite a while, though. Get a little bit closer. Okay, we've hit atmosphere. Oh shit. I already had everything retracted. Lost a radiator, 2 or 3. Solar panels gone. But I think we're gonna make it. Yep. This thing re-entries really well. Our ablation armor didn't even take damage. We came in a little hot. That was pretty good. I mean, we literally had this, this is just like our little container. Cool. Nothing's going to be as smooth as that time we re-entered Kerbal without any like atmospheric friction. You didn't miss much, man. We hit a little harder than we should have. But we didn't lose anything of importance. Just like our batteries and stuff. Okay, I think I want to mess around with the design of our rocket a little bit. Because I like the general shape of it, but I want to get rid of like the wings, and I want to instead do shed staging, where you do like the middle rocket and then you do an outer ring, outer ring, outer ring, outer ring. let's take these off. We do not need the crazy ass antennas. Those were just for fun. Huh. Okay, maybe we do want one of these cool ass antennas. Something like that, but not as tall. And we want a giant ass satellite. It doesn't take that much away from us. Okay, this is an RCS tank. We're gonna lose it. We're gonna put our ablator on the bottom of our science thing. We're gonna put a decoupler under that. We're gonna do something kind of funky. What? Yeah. Okay, let's see if we can do something a little funky. What's the max height you can do on this? Ah, damn. I was gonna do literally an arrow shroud over everything. That's fine, we don't have to do that. I don't like to have fun anyway. Okay. Nope. Sorry, I'm looking for a specific part. No, I don't think you can. Sadly. I mean, I could put them like right on the glass, but I feel like that would be kind of shitty. Do that. Okay, I need... There's a certain part I'm looking for. This thing's made for deep space. Okay. Not the best connection, but it'll work. And then we'll do... off of each one of these will be... where's the decouplings? There it is. Why do you need, like, just the world's smallest little dudes? Wow. Okay. There we go. Okay, and we need pretty fucking strong ones. Mastodon's probably the best. Okay, and then on each one of these... actually, hold on, I'm gonna subassembly... where's the subassembly? Big rocket. So what I just did is I made it so that we can make copies of this at will. Right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna add a coupler. There should be just enough room for me to add another one of each of those. Maybe. Not really. Let's change something a little bit. They look like little stormtroopers. We're gonna strut the hell out of this thing. Okay, and then we are going to set this up so that they share fuel into the middle. So the outer ones share with the middle one. Okay, and we can run all of the engines at the same time. When these run out, we can drop it away and still have the three main ones. So the 6 on the outside will drop away. And that'll allow... so, boop. Boop. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is a terrible idea. But if anything's gonna get us to space, it's gonna be this bullshit. Oh, it's so much thrust. Possibly too much thrust. Oh, I think this will be my last flight for the night. I'm thinking about Tired gave me a copy of Trading Card Game Simulator, like where you make a card game store. I'm thinking about playing that on stream. Any thoughts? We might need to add thoroughbreds to this. Ooh. I think I have an idea. Yeah, it's a simulator game where you run a trading card store. And there's mods that make it Pokemon. What in the world? Dude, it was shaking, man. When it comes to rocking, don't come a knocking. Oh my god, I keep picking the same stupid decoupler over and over again. I will get to space, god damn it. These people cannot stop me from my destiny. Well, it's slapped together, but I'm sure it'll work. Okay, I gotta do some straight staging because I forgot to. Keep forgetting. Let's just see how strong these struts are, shall we? I've gone into my villain phase. I'm not downloading flat Kerbal. I do think it would be a good shirt, though. It's as bright as the sun. No, it is seriously bright. Can't see shit, Captain. It's flying a lot better now that I put struts everywhere. Surprise. This is working a whole lot better. I mean, we're burning as fast as the sun. Basically, now that we're out in space, we have a crazy amount of fuel efficiency. Fucking Duna. You can't stop me. I'm going to fucking Mars, man. If I have to take this monstrosity to do it, I'll do it. Okay, we got all of our shit going here. Blast it. I did not put struts in between these things. Shoot. What up, science? We're doing some crazy shit. Yeah, I forgot. I definitely did. I definitely forgot to put these the radiators on action group 2. It's okay, everyone's stoked down here though. We've had a relatively good night so far tonight. Probably won't go too much further. But I will say we installed a bunch of graphics mods and it looks really good. The problem is when I installed them, it basically kind of made it so I had to reload all of my ships, and so I lost like all of my labs and everything that I had orbiting places, and we had to redo our satellite network some. That kind of sucks, but you know, overall worth it, I think. And look how cool that looks. Even without struts, it's relatively good. I think I had put struts on here at one point because I can see them right here. I think they got disconnected. Okay. Straight up just leaving. On a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Screw you, Kerbal. I'm getting the hell out of here. Later, other space station. Okay, this one's going to be doing science. Okay, before we leave, let's do a little bit, since we can reload all of our tests. And we are in no rush. Okay, how much science are we at? We've already got some data going. That's good. We've got some big fuel left, and we've got 3 nuclear engines with a shitload of fuel left. I'd say we're doing pretty good. Let's get my scientist outside for a second. Hey bud, you want to do some science? You are not the one that I should have had. Beep boop beep boop beep. What? Get your ass back out there. Okay, out into the greater unknown. Yeah, I put an extra scientist just to see what would happen. Okay, and we are cleaning everything out. I redesigned the rocket, John. I created subassembly, big ass, basically things, and then put thoroughbreds on the bottom of them. Okay, let's see where we're at. So we have 811 left. Okay, that's pretty damn close. We would have to change over to our other rockets, but I think that's going to be fine because we got 5,400 on that stage. Let's do it. Dude, John, that one that's landed on the moon has just a tremendous amount of science that's going to be able to send back. I'm at like 499 science, and I still haven't done the EVA science and the soil sample. Yeah, I'm going to Duna. You can't stop me. We're not landing. We're just going to fly by, grab science, park for a little bit, probably. The one that so funny story. So I named this one's called God Help Us. Yeah, this is the iteration called God Helped Us because we got back on our first try. Yeah, the story behind it is I made a space station, this thing, right? And it was only supposed to orbit Kerbal, and we somehow landed it on the moon and then got it into orbit. So it was a miracle. Yeah, I know, right? They have too low of thrust, it looks like. Shoot. We're gonna No, we're not gonna recapture, but we're gonna get flung off a little bit. That's fine. We'll deal with that when we get there. Cannot auto warp so far. Okay, can we auto warp? Okay, okay. Just a little bit? Just a smidgen? Yeah. So that maneuver was made when I had the high amount of thrust. And so actually while we were burning, we were actually gaining, like we were needing to spend more thrust than we could make. So I was just gonna wait until we get out of the gravity well of Kerbin and figure out what we're gonna do from there. Okay, but it's time to go outside again. Do your science. This is a shitload of mass for the amount of thrust those things have. Because they're not even the big version. We're going to get relatively close, though. I'm thinking when we get to the app, we'll mess with it. Yeah. Man, everything takes so much longer when you're out here. Okay. Let my science build up for a second. Okay, let's go ahead and transmit this, and then we'll go transmit the science from the Luna one. Even if this is a failure, we'll get a shitload of science out of it. Which really, every Kerbal, that's what they want, you know? They want to donate their body to science. What they meant is after they were dead, but what I meant is I'm going to, send them up into space for science, and they might not come back. I might switch the music over here. Give me a second. We've been listening to the same soundtrack all night. Let's listen to... Let's see. Landed on the Mun. We already have, so we have a science station in orbit of the Mun for when we run out of science to collect here. Look, they already have space madness. Okay, they're Kerbals. Come on. You guys have 500 science to remit? A little bit? I thought you guys were good scientists. You guys run out of battery because you're on the dark side of the moon? Yeah. Shit. You weren't on the dark side of the moon like a minute ago. There we go. I was wondering why these guys were taking so long to process stuff. It's because every once in a while they just go into the dark side of the moon.
In his presence, hope withstands. Plagues of despair swept our lands. In his presence, hope withstands. In his shadow.
Let's see, transmit science. Yeah. They have a bike in there. It's what keeps them from going insane. And that powers the lights. Okay. We have a bunch of science. Okay, we'll save that one. If we can get this thing to Duna, we should be able to get most of the second to highest tier science. Because we should be able to get to Minmus relatively easy and do the same thing we just did on Duna. See, God helped us. Okay. How are we doing here? Still relatively close. Making that science. Making that science. Nice. Yeah, this is a win even if we don't get to Duna, honestly. What am I doing? They use glow in the dark stickers. That's what it is. They can't afford real lights, so they just use glow in the dark stickers, and that's how it works. That and radium. They all have radium watches. They have to diversify, you know, they have space lightning bugs. They've got decaying nuclear isotopes, and they have cool glow-in-the-dark stars. My favorite's the and favorite, I mean, it's a terrible thing, but like the women who painted watches in the 50s with the radium paint that was like, you know, it glowed green. And they all, it's like, why are all these women getting cancer? Their jaws are falling off. Oh, it's because they're licking the paintbrushes to keep them moist in between painting. Oops. I guess we should have told them this stuff was radioactive. Okay, I don't want to risk missing my window on the... We'll go ahead and do this. Oh, you might be in the 20s, yeah. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's pretty much the same. No, they literally did not tell them not to lick them. I can't remember if it was because they didn't know or if it was because of, like, just negligence. I don't think they knew the women were licking them. Because you wouldn't think that somebody would do that until it's too late. And they would do it for years. '20s. Okay. Later than I thought, which is... Or earlier than I thought, which is good, right? Means we learned some shit. I guess by the 50s, everyone kind of knew what radioactive shit was because of the nukes in World War II. Come on. Yeah, I know, right? Let's see. Was that a reference to Fifth Element? Okay, where are we at, boys? In the middle of goddamn nowhere. We won't worry about the science for a minute. We'll just let it go. The idea of something called a plutonium light is hilarious to me. I don't even know if that's a real, you know, like, radioactive element. Big bada boom. Chicken? Okay. Let's mess around with some maneuvers. So I'm thinking if we go prograde, we aren't going to catch them. I don't think. We might. Hold on. I mean, it's kind of ghetto, but it's well within our fuel budget. What do you think? Use the blue thingies to turn your orbit. I think it's worth trying for 840. We have 5,000 to spend. I'm going to end a little bit early because we don't have a lot of maneuvering capabilities. Takes forever for us to move. I should have put more either RCS or... Do we have RCS? We sure do. That makes a big difference. Shit. Is that bad? Science? I'm still learning how to use like maneuvering nodes and stuff. I literally watched a tutorial on it today. See, I figured it was behind us and we were in front of it, so if I just kind of like pushed my orbit into his, we'd eventually catch it. I'm just watching the node time at the bottom. Oh, okay. This is gonna be a long burn. You said I can try fast forwarding it? Oh, no. I can't. Yeah, I was tired of running out of fuel. So I literally just fuel tank, and then just, what, 12 liquid fuel tanks? And we can now go anywhere. I'm pretty happy with this, actually. I need to strut it, obviously. This thing down here, that pops up right here. Yeah. Yeah, there's enough problems with the physics in this game. I mean, we're gonna have 4,000 meters a second worth of delta V. I think we're gonna be able to solidly get there and get back. It's got a shitload of parachutes, man. We wouldn't be able to take back off, though. But that might be something our Kerbals are willing to do. It's got 12 parachutes on it. 6 stroke, 6 regular. God damn it, Andrew. Space K. Yeah, his social media is Space K. And his rival NASA company is Space K. God, I hate you guys sometimes. I'm over here trying to... Spatial K. Did we overshoot it? I'm sorry, I'm trying to eyeball it. Give me a second. Ooh, that is a tight intercept. I'm not dignifying you guys with a response right now. You think we could have gotten this to whatever the fuck the outside one is? Elu? I heard it's not a planet anymore. Dude, look at this. That's a hell of a connection. But for some reason, we're not getting a good connection to Eve. Hold on. Save. Yeah, I know. I think it'd be cool if you had to dodge asteroids. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Oh, damn. That's a really easy... Damn. Go for it, bud. Oh, it's using a shitload of my monopropellant every time I forget to turn it off before I go into time warp. I don't know. There's... I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what its analog is. You think we'll have enough fuel to get back? Whenever we eventually come back? Okay, boys, let's do some science and see how we're doing. Holy shit. So I can store these. Go ahead and clean everything out. Yeah, so John, it looks like what you can do is if you have these the experiment containers, take all your experiments, put all your results in here, then you can clean all your stuff without losing them. And then as you want to add them into your research pool, you can. I can't believe how well this went. I made this out of frustration. It aborted. Hold on. Are we out of electric charge? Damn it. Where's the sun? There we go. Now we got at least 2 big panels and 3 other panels facing it. That's the problem when you get further away from the sun. Oh shit, we're not going to be able to do it. We're going to have to wait till we have full power. Damn. I don't want to do partial, right? Okay. Oh. It was so close to running out of energy. Okay, let's see what we can add from our experiments into our new... So we have an empty 210. That's fine. I mean, we should be able to send our scientists out to reset it though, right? We have to save that one. It's too too much to add. Damn, this stuff is worth a lot of science. These people are going to be orbiting Duna for a while. Okay, bud, you want to come out and play with your toys out here? One of these times he's going to accidentally run out of RCA or RCS fuel. We'll throw all of that in there. Okay, can we scrub anything? Do we need to? No, we don't really need to. I should probably start trying to transmit when I have like 200 science instead of like 500 because it takes our entire battery bank to do that. There we go. Fucking Ike. Best moon in the game. Everyone loves Ike. Some people even like him. Okay, let's see if this is a closer Duna orbit or if I need to get even closer. Let's bring in our orbit some. Might as well get a nice view, right? Ooh, we're at like a ridiculous inclination. I'm gonna go hang out with my satellite. Why's that? Oh, so I don't run into the satellite? I don't. I'm just gonna do Duna for right now. This is already far surpassing my expectations. I want to save like 3,500 fuel or 3,500 meters per second to get back. No, I knew you meant. Science, do you know how high up the atmosphere is? Everyone likes Ike. Got fucking clouds and shit on it, man. I'm gonna keep about 100,000. Yeah, there's no point in risking it. I mean, at worst, we land, right? I mean, I've got 16 pair or 12 parachutes, which should be okay. They won't work well, but they'll work. Well, look at that son of a bitch. Got so much fucking science. Can't even process it all. Oh, you can't see shit. But you. Also not shit. You guys got a pretty good view. I'm pretty happy with this. Got enough energy to transmit everything back home. Yeah. I bet it's really hard to play on PS4. If you have a PC, I'm sure you could get KSP for like $5 these days. My dog's being shady. Let me just check on my moon one first. I think it's almost out of science. It's got to be close because, like, pretty much mined everything for science. It's giving me like $2,000 or something. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, what do we have left? That's our last 600 science. Cool. And then we can attempt to leave or crash. Those are our options. Basically, we have a very small amount of fuel left. We only need to get into orbit. But we have a very heavy ship. Yeah. Well, okay. So, I am going to head out. I'm about 20 minutes over my normal time. So, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you missed the earlier part of the stream, it'll be up on YouTube, pretty much always. I'd appreciate a like. And if you aren't, I would appreciate a subscribe. I'm really close to getting monetized, and I would love for the help. Also, if you have any friends that like the kind of stuff I play, let them know. Aside from that, it's always a pleasure. I will be back on Sunday, either playing this or playing Trading Card Game Simulator, Trading Card Game Shop Simulator. Friend of the channel, Tired, gave me a copy, so I've been playing it and I really like it. So, aside from that, talk to you guys later. Have a good night.